Lee, I just got done watching your video for week 3, and I really liked the resources that you spoke about. First one, Quizlet. I've used Quizlet. I've only used it. I've never manipulated the resource, and I haven't used it in my class. And you said that you use it and you are finding success with it. Is it easy to make flashcards, and can you use it for all different kinds of subjects? I will definitely look into that and start manipulating the resource to see if I can use that. I have not used it yet, but I think that would be kind of a fun thing to do. Now, is this all the Quizlet? Is it strictly online, or can I print out the papers and like cut out flashcards? I would be really interested to learn a little bit more about that. And then you and another classmate of ours spoke about the Duolingo. So I definitely want to look into that. Right now I have one English language learner, and I'm fortunate, and he's fortunate because he's been in our country since he was 7 and he's 11 now, and his English is spectacular. But I do know that there are phrases and certain words that I say and some of his classmates say that he just doesn't understand. So I do want to look into that and just see how well that I can incorporate that into some of the lessons I do with him. And then you talked about Zearn, and I do want to look at Zearn as well, and just see what that one's all about. And you did talk about Kahoot, and I absolutely love Kahoot. It's so much fun for any subject to get the kids engaged, and they don't even realize that they're learning or they're doing any type of work because it is fun, and they're so into answering those questions and being competitive. And it's also fun when you let them pick their own appropriate names, and they just have such a good time. And it's a nice way to assess data. You can do a quick informal assessment just to see where they are on the material. So I do like Kahoot. I haven't personally put one together by myself, but that is something that I definitely want to try. For my resource, I just talked about one resource, and I talked about speech notes. And for me, speech notes is something that is very beneficial because in all of my writing groups, the students that I have, especially the one focus student, they have wonderful imaginations, but they have a disconnect between their brain and how they're taught, or what they're talking about, and then putting it on paper with their pencil. So speech notes, and something that's closely related that the students are really familiar with is speech to text, and that's a great assistive technology. They can, it's a great resource. They are able to put the words on the computer. And yesterday I did it with my student, and he did a fantastic job. However, we needed to go back, and he needed to edit his work. So not only is he able to get his thoughts on paper in such a stress-free way, he is also getting the practice of making sure that he has capitals, commas, periods. He's able to check spelling, because sometimes when you are speaking, you might get a word that sounds like what he said, but it might be something different. So it gives him, after his thoughts are on paper, without worrying in the moment, oh, does this need a capital? Do I need a period here? We're able to go back, and we're able to really look at it, and then he's able to make the corrections himself and edit his paper. So please look at speech notes. I think too, I kind of think you teach PE. I think I heard you say that because you use it for Kahoot, but you never know. You might have to do some writing as well, for their workouts and such. I'm not sure exactly what you do, but when I worked at a middle school as a para, the children had to keep exercise logs and things like that. So you can even have a document like that on the computer, a template, and use speech notes as well to help them put their thoughts on paper for that. So Lee, thank you very much for your resources. I really enjoyed this discussion because it's giving us teachers a lot of things to put in our toolbox. Okay, we're on to week 4. Have a good rest of your weekend.